going on, but it sounds like everyone's kind of hella going through it bad. Ooh, that actually sounds very good. Okay. What's good, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl T, back at it again with another video. Today we have a really fun one. I'm going to be going through my summer reading list with you all today. I have picked up quite a few books within the past couple weeks, and I would love to share them with you guys and kind of share what my reading plan is for the summer. I'm hoping that will also hold me accountable to reading all of these amazing books. So I'm really excited to share these titles with you. And yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into it. But first things first, drink your water for me, babes. That's right. Where do we start? First of all, I do want to note that I have a mix of kind of different genres. All of these books are fiction. I personally love reading nonfiction and have just gotten off of the Empyrean series. The hold that the Romantasy series has over my whole entire life is crazy, and I'm sure some of you guys can relate, but wow, it has just been such a joy to jump back into the world of fantasy and romance. And I don't think I've been as obsessed with the series probably since like the Hunger Games, so it's been really cool to kind of reignite that piece of me. So let's go ahead and kind of get into it. So I did get these books from kind of a few different places. I have some from Target, some from Barnes & Nobles, and some from a local bookstore. And I do want to take a quick second to advocate for supporting your local bookstores as well as your local libraries. I highly recommend to purchase from your local bookstores when possible. Go to the libraries, check them out. There's also, if you are tapped into the book community, I'm sure you've already heard of Libby, but Libby is a phenomenal app where you can tap into your library's virtual books in virtual library and download them straight to whatever device, your Kindle, your phone, whatever that may be. So I highly recommend utilizing those resources, and again, supporting your local bookstores when possible. I understand the accessibility of, you know, online shop. It's super fast. They tend to be a little bit cheaper, so I totally understand the affordability piece. If it's out of your budget, I totally understand. But if you have the means to, I highly suggest supporting your local bookstore. That's my spiel for the video. But I do have these titles here that I've picked up at a local bookstore. So the first one that we'll talk about is A Fate Inked in Blood. So this is actually, okay, so if I'm being totally real, what really drew me to this book was the beautiful blue foiling of the pages. I've never seen this done before. Granted, I used to read a lot when I was younger, so kind of like in my adult life, I'm just starting to get back into reading, and I have a 10-book goal for the year, so I feel like this stack is very ambitious, but you know what, whatever, we're just gonna go for it. So this is a newer Romantasy series. This is actually a Norse-inspired story. It's giving very much like Nordic, it's giving the sea, it's giving fish. I'll read a quick synopsis of like what the inner kind of cover has to say. A shield maiden, blessed by the gods, battles to unite a nation under a power-hungry king while fighting her growing desire for her fiery son in this Norse-inspired fantasy romance. Yeah, so the main character in this book, her name is Freya. It seems like she, you know, is kind of from like a smaller town. She is like gutting fish, I think. Yeah, spends her days gutting fish, but dreams of becoming a warrior and putting an axe in her boorish husband's back. So I don't know if we're giving enemies to lovers. I don't know if we're giving like, I don't know what this is giving, but I'm very excited. I've heard great things about this book, so, and I also love the fact that this is Norse inspired. Yes, very excited to check this one out. Sorry, I didn't even share the author. A Fate Inked in Blood is by the author Danielle L. Jason. Beautiful edition. All right, now the next book I am super excited for. This book is called Husbands by Holly Gramazio. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Look how fun the cover is. What drew me to this book instantly, of course, is the cover, but the story sounds so fun and so unique, and I am kind of loving just all the different kind of unique stories that are coming out. Okay, so let's see what this one is about. When Lauren returns home to her flat in London late one night, she is greeted at the door by her husband, Michael. There's only one problem: she's not married. She's never seen this man before in her life, but according to her friends, her much improved decor, and the photos on her phone, they've been together for years. As Lauren tries to puzzle out how she could be married to someone she can't remember meeting, Michael goes to the attic to change the light bulb and abruptly disappears. In his place, a new man emerges and a new, slightly altered life reforms around her. A thrilling original debut, The Husbands brilliantly explores how we navigate life, love, and choice in a world with never-ending options. Ooh! And honestly, kind of just like reading that that like passage or that summary, I kind of feel like maybe this can be almost like an analogy for the apps and kind of like dating on apps and dating like in this current age where, you know, how do you know when to stop and how do you know that you've kind of like found your person or you found the one? I've heard kind of like a lot of people on podcasts talk about this phenomenon. I think specifically in straight men, how they always just feel like something might be like on the horizon and that's why they might have trouble committing to people that they're really into or to committing to relationships because, you know, when you have so many people kind of just like instantly ready to give you that gratification that you get on the apps, it kind of makes it really hard to know that, okay, like I want to commit time to this person. I'm thinking that maybe this could be an analogy for dating in this current world of like apps and just always knowing that if you're not happy with like the person that you're currently seeing, or if you're having to face like with some form of conflict, like, okay, well, I could just hop on my app and like find a date tomorrow anyway. You know what I mean? I've heard some people on podcasts talk about that and how that could be the reason why it's really hard for people to commit nowadays to serious relationships is because, you know, when you have all of the apps on your phone, it can make it just really easy to think that, oh, like, maybe it'll be this next person, maybe it'll be this next person, and so it makes it kind of harder to settle down. So I'm wondering if that could be an analogy for like dating in this current age, which is really, really interesting. But this sounds like it is Holly's first novel, which is super fun. The story sounded really cool too. It sounds like it is almost like a time bending, like, you know, just it seems like a really fun and unique story. So the second that I had read kind of like the summary of this online, I was like, oh my god, I need to get this. And luckily my local bookstore has a lot of new and current titles stocked, so I was able to call them beforehand. They said they had it in stock, so I ran over after work one day and picked this up, and I am very, very, very excited to read this story. It sounds super fun. So moving along here, these are some books that I picked up during the Target. A few weeks ago, Target did a buy two, get one free book sale. So these are the books that I've had picked up during that sale. The first one is How to End a Love Story by Yulin Kwong. The author's story is very interesting. I'm super excited. Whenever I read, I really feel like I'm watching a movie play out in my head, and that's why I love these like smaller kind of romance-y novels, because I feel like I'm physically watching a rom-com in my head. And the story of this one is very unique, and I haven't read or heard of a story that is remotely close to the story that she's written here. I personally love when writers kind of write about these very personal experiences, or I love when writers are able to take what they're going through in their real lives and apply it to their writing. I feel like it adds just such a genuine and holistic touch to what they're writing about. And for me, like for example, Sarah J Maas's the 5th book in the series, A Court of Silver Flame, was my favorite book. And when I had done a little bit of research and, you know, just kind of watching videos after I had finished, kind of talks about how personal that story was to her. Personally, I could really feel that as a reader. I can really feel like this is a reflection of some of the deep-seated things and the deep-seated struggles that she has had to navigate and overcome. And I think part of her healing process was putting it down on paper and putting it into her stories. So just from reading the author's small little biography here and kind of reading the back of the book, I'm able to already kind of see those connections, and I am very excited for this. It sounds like a unique take on a love story, and I love that the main protagonist is Asian. This is also written by an Asian woman, and happy AAPI month to all of my AAPI baddies. And I love being able to support AAPI owned brands, authors, businesses, whatever that may be, all throughout the year, but even especially this month, I am very excited to read this, and you guys should definitely check it out. It seems like a very unique story, and I am super excited to read this one as well. Speaking of the queen herself, Next up, we have Throne of Glass. Okay. Out of all of these, this is definitely going to be my finisher and my closure, and the book that I would like to close out this little like summer reading list with. I've read the full ACOTAR series. I've read I've read what is currently out of the Empyrean series, and this I feel like is kind of the next beast to tackle. I'm really happy that I kind of took a little break in between finishing ACOTAR, the ACOTAR series, and reading Throne of Glass. The Empyrean series was just absolutely phenomenal. I'm mind blown, I'm reeling, I'm so excited for January. I can't wait for Onyx Storm to come out. But out of all these books, this will definitely kind of be the last one that I finish. In case you don't know, which I'm sure most of us do, but just in case you don't know, this is kind of like the next progression in the Sarah J. Maas universe, is the Throne of Glass series. There's a lot of controversy of the order in which you're supposed to read these books. I believe there's 7 or 8 total. I don't know how I'm going to do it just yet, but out of all of them, this will definitely be the novel that I read last. Thrilling and Fierce Throne of Glass is the first book in the #1 New York Times bestselling series that has captivated readers worldwide. Boom. Period. Very excited. Very, very, very excited. That actually sounds very good. And the last book that I picked up during the Target sale is the one and only Abby Jimenez's book, Just for Summer. I'm so excited for this one. If you don't know, Abby Jimenez is actually a Food Network like winner, star extraordinaire. So yeah, she's known for kind of like her baking and her cooking, and she's made her career that way. But she was always a fan of romance novels and reading, and she's an author herself. And I'm so happy to see that this book is kind of getting so much press, and so many people are raving about it, and so many people are reading it. I think that is so, so, so awesome. Congratulations. So happy to support your book, and I can't wait to read this. The cover just looks so fun. It screams summer to me. I have seen some TikToks of people, you know, having certain emotions while reading this. A lot of them seem to be crying when reading this, and I got another TikTok the other day saying if acts of service is like your main love language, you're going to love this book. And acts of service, I think, is definitely like my biggest love language, so I'm very, very excited to read this one. Whoa. Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe I don't know anything about these books at all. Like, oh my gosh. What? Assumes guardianship of his 3 siblings. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay, well, can't wait. Very excited. So yeah, very excited. Honestly, all of these books just sound so fun. I'm hoping that I can really, you know, get some major reading done this summer. I don't even know where to start. They all sound so amazing. But yeah, I'm excited to be back to reading in general, and very excited for Just for Summer, which I think the title is fitting, and I love a book that looks like this during the summer months. So add her to the pile. So these last 2 are books that I picked up from Barnes & Noble. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm also very excited for these next 2 titles as well. So I had gone to Barnes & Noble specifically for the book that I'm going to show next. But when I was in there, I didn't actually see the title on any of the shelves. So I was talking to some of the workers, and as they were in the back checking, because they had remembered seeing it, like they were like, oh, we just got those in. They have to be around here somewhere. So they were so kindly checking on the book for me in the back. But as we were kind of waiting, I was just in the romance section, and I see this. So this is This Summer Will Be Different by Carly Fortune. I got a signed copy. And I was like, oh man, you're definitely coming home with me. In case you are not familiar with Carly Fortune, another one of her best-selling novels is Every Summer After, and last year she published Meet Me at the Lake, and this is her book for this summer, and this is called This Summer Will Be Different. I read Every Summer After in 2022 while on a girls trip, and I was just completely enamored with it. Once I had started to like get it going, I couldn't put it down. I absolutely loved it. It was like one of my favorite books that I had read that year. Granted, I probably only read about 3 physical books, listened to a lot of audiobooks, but only probably read physically like 3 max, maybe. But Every Summer After definitely was my favorite thing that I had read that year. I am a really big Carly Fortune fan. I didn't read Meet Me at the Lake. I don't know, I just kind of never gotten around to it, but when I saw the beautiful cover, I mean, these colors are absolutely just gorgeous. And I saw that it was a signed copy. I knew that I had to. Yeah. I thought I had kind of like a good understanding of what these books were about. Definitely had no idea what any of these books are about. I mean, Felix, what are you hiding? But Felix's sparkling eyes and flirty quips have been replaced with something new? And Bridget suddenly flees Toronto for a week before her wedding? Her mission is to help Bridget through her crisis. I don't know what's going on, but it sounds like everyone's kind of hella going through it bad. So we shall see. So yes, congratulations, Carly, on another book. You're definitely not watching this, but just putting it out there. Congratulations on another book. Very excited to read this title and very excited to have one of your books in hardcover, and the signed copy and everything is gorgeous. So yeah, thank you so much. Okay. So this last title, oh, I don't know. I'm so excited for all of these books, but just like, come on, look at it. Look at it. She's gorgeous. So the last book that I have to talk about with you all today is the new Christina Lauren, The Paradise Problem. So I have been waiting for this book to come out for quite a few months. I'm so excited. I should have pre-ordered it on Barnes & Noble, but I was just kind of like being a little bit stubborn and waiting until I could find it in person. But look at the cover, so cute. There's a bunch of plumerias and monstera leaves, and oh, she's just, it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god, I think there's even little plumerias on the pages. Oh, that is so cute. In case you don't know, Christina Lauren is an author duo. Bum bum bum. One of them is named Christina and the other is named Lauren, so they combined their names to make the pen name Christina Lauren, which is super cute. They have written a lot of novels. A few of them I am familiar with. My favorite of all of them being Love in Other Words. I absolutely loved that book. First Christina Lauren book I think was also in 2022, and I had initially read The Unhoneymooners, and that is kind of like what kicked off my reading journey. That for some reason just completely like sucked me in, and it's just one of those books where you feel like you're watching a rom-com in your head, which is like my favorite kind of book. So, but this seems like a really fun beach read. I love Christina Lauren. I can read her books like water, and I'm very excited. And I did get the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition, so I think there's some extra content in there as well. But yes, I'm very excited. All right, guys. Well, that just about wraps up my summer reading list for this summer. So yeah, guys, that just about wraps up my summer reading list. I do have very ambitious goals for this summer, but I am very excited, and I hope that by filming this video, it will hold me accountable into, you know, maybe if I don't get through the full stack, maybe I get through half. Maybe we'll do kind of like a halfway checkpoint, and then at the end of the summer, we can do a recap and summary of my favorite books. Yeah, hopefully you guys learned about some new titles as well. I am very excited. I know I've said that a million times, but just really excited for this summer. I want to be outside in the sun, reading my books, drinking an iced tea, and just being really cute and getting tan. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you're reading down below. I would love to hear what your guys' summer reading lists are for this summer, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Mwah.